What's going on, good people? Ooh, look at this. I need a bass player Saturday night, counter 6 to 9. Bass player had to cancel. $200. I ain't answering that. I fool around, answer that, and then realize I have another gig. Anyway, I don't know if I'm violating any terms of service or anything like that right now, but I thought I'd give it a shot. As I look around for ways to be more helpful in the bass community. I'm gonna tell you, really. Oh, is this working? Is this moving? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let's see. If you have any questions or anything like that. Oh, you know what? I don't think this is showing the screen. Hold on a second. That's supposed to be showing a screen, and it isn't. What's up, Chevy Dodd? I don't know why that is. Hang on a second. Top of the morning to y'all. Just give me a quick second here. Let me make sure I have the right screen that I want to show you guys. There we go. That's working. So I'm just having some coffee, looking through the forums. Man, I've been kind of troubled. Not troubled. Troubled is the wrong word. But this whole internet game is a trip, man. It's a trip. And my nerves was a little bit bad. Somebody hit me up on one of the comments the other day, and I was like, I wanted to say, everything I do on here, unless you are, paying me some money, you like getting the shit for free, right? But like I've been really on this lately. If you don't know what kind of music you desire to play, man, you'll go down a rabbit hole forever, and you'll never really be fulfilled in bass playing. When I first started teaching, my ex-wife, actually, she was a student. That's how we met. But around that time, I was so excited about all the stuff that I was learning in school and blah 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 blah. She didn't want to know none of that shit. She wanted to play Stone Temple Pilots. Let's look at the bass forums and see what's happening. One of the things I think I'm going to start doing is when people ask for critiques on the bass forums, I'm going to do those either live or I'll record videos. There, I gave it away. So, this cat, I'm a new guy. I'm the new guy here. I've been in a band. I've never been in a band, but I have played with a guitarist, songwriter friend for several years. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't start playing. I can read. I didn't start playing until I was almost 50, and I'm still a novice player. Dude, you are doing good. We play classic rock and Christian stuff. Cool. If I were to go for one effects pedal, what would you recommend? A tuner. No, that's not an effects pedal. I don't know that I would recommend a pedal at all for that. The question would be why. You know what I mean? Why do you need a pedal for classic rock? If you're playing classic rock, I would go I don't know, a fuzz pedal maybe. I wouldn't do a pedal at all. Tech 21 Sanzat bass fly rig. That's not an effects pedal. Let's see. Flanger. I'd say none. Honestly. Can you guys see me type in my response? I'd say none, honestly, for that genre of music. Focus on Having good time. I hate when people do this, and here I am doing it when they talk and type at the same time. Having good time feel and making the changes. Oh, I haven't. Oh, you know what? Because I'm on my group account. If you guys aren't a member of my group, my TED Talks base group or the Groove School Facebook group, what are you waiting on? Get over there. What kind of bass do you play? I play an Altilier Z, Mike Law, modern, vintage, and some other stuff. Oh, God. There's a lot of questions. You can join this group publicly, blah, 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 blah. I agree to the group rules. Bing. Here we go. There was one I wanted to look at. There was some playing that I wanted to look at. Samson Woods, what's good? Let's see. Ooh, that's ugly. Hey, low-end lunatics. We're shipped naked. No case, no gig bag. With limited wrapping on the headstock. I'm emotionally all about this bass. But I've had it for 3 days and I'm wondering if this is a journey I should embark on or if it would be better to return it and grab something else. Well, if you got a bass that's... You know, just like all of our other questions about bass playing or anything else, quite honestly, I think we spend more time stuck in other people's opinions than just kind of doing the thing. You know what I mean? Surely I'm guilty of that. I'm not. That's no judgment. I'm guilty of that. You know, from time to time. So I don't. You know, but what do you think? I think we return to bass, man. How do you feel about it? I ain't got to play it. I ain't got to pay for it. I'm going to start playing with the pick again just because it's fun to change my usual technique. All right. Thanks for letting us know. I find that... Okay. I play at an advanced level. My regular church gig doesn't require advanced skills. A beginner can handle this job every week. The advantage and the fun part of me going over the music... Okay. If the music director doesn't want my most creative... You know, it's just... Wow. Oh. Well, all right then. Wasn't expecting that. Wowzer. Okay. New bass day. I've been curious about those. I don't really play anything that would require me to own such a thing. A tune. Oh, this is good. This is good. A tune you hate playing live. I'm going to tell you right now. Boogie Oogie Oogie is one. Another one that I was thinking about this yesterday that I am just absolutely is Ain't Nobody. I'm tired of that. Ain't Nobody. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of but tell me something good. I'm tired of that. And not because they're not good songs. Even Boogie Oogie Oogie is a great song. It's a fantastic song. But, you know, a lot of bands, we plan that stuff as like low-hanging fruit because they don't really want to learn other stuff. And even if you don't want to learn music that's in the last 20 years or so, right? You know, there's a deep well of dope material that people could be playing. Pre-COVID, I would walk down the street. I still like playing Tennessee Whiskey, depending on the singer. You know, there's a singer in town who I've played Tennessee Whiskey with a lot, but I mean, when she does it, it is like it's emotional for me. Um, all right. Anyway, Palau. I want to find a way to get the chats on the screen. You know, you see people do that because I don't want to like. I had my bass shipped in a gig bag in a cardboard box. Some nice instrument lover had it hit the floor hard. Strap. Ugh, that's ugly. Man, look, when I was younger, I used to work at for a freight airliner called Burlington Air Express years ago. I'm gonna tell you, it's true what they say. Um, and I may have been guilty of it once or twice because I was young and stupid. But when people see like Fragile and things like that, that's like that's an invitation for them to do silly things. Um, what do you think? I'm looking for my next bass amp. I'm looking in the GK. First, we need to. Okay, okay, stop. I'm gonna be nice. Um, out of these amps right here, what do you think? Mark Turner says. What do you think? I'm looking for my next bass amp. I was looking into GK Dark Glass or higher end Fender. I don't know what a higher end Fender is, but in this case, I'll say this. In this case, for when you're looking for amps, what? Damn, boy, I'm trying to tell you. Somebody else is gonna come along. Somebody else is gonna come along, and they're gonna start saying this. And I need y'all to remember where you heard it first. To me, in this man's honest opinion, hear me good. What kind of music will you be playing and with whom? Trying to tell you. Now, I've been playing the same Aguilar GS 112s for the last, since 2008 at least. 2007, I kid you not. I kid you not. And those things work for 99.99% of everything that I do. Anything else, there's going to be a backline, and it's either going to be an Ampeg backline or it's going to be an Aguilar backline. Those are just the names that I see, like festivals and stuff like that. That thing right there, let me tell you something about that DB 410. This, if it were something that, I live upstairs, so after, this has been here since COVID. It used to live on Bourbon Street, but this thing right here with that AG 700, if God played bass, he or she would play this rig. I'm just telling you, that is the voice of God right there. That rig. No kidding. But back to my thing. I don't want to geek out over that. That thing sounds amazing, and I would let it sit there before I sold it. It depends on what you're playing, man. If you're playing like rock and roll, or, I don't know, you playing with a loud band. It depends. It all depends. There's no one size fits all. You got to go play stuff. You got to go play stuff. And what's a higher end Fender? I don't know. Let's see what these comments is doing. I do have XVive sent me a wireless in-ear monitor set up, and I got a gig tonight, and I need to test it tonight because I need to do a review. I told them that I would do a review, so I need to do a review. I'm glad Palau said something, and that made me think about it. True music playing is playing for fun or playing for precision and rigor. What does that even mean? True music playing. What do you guys think? True music playing is what you... we can't spend too much time on that. It's whatever you like. Whoa, look at that. GK got some good stuff. I mean, GK got some good stuff, but you got to think about budget, right? What's in your budget? How much? AB Normal, what's good? Look, it's a budget thing. It's a sound thing, right? It's also a practicality thing. Like the rig I just showed you guys a second ago. My DB410, it sounds amazing. It doesn't leave a house. I bought it and I used it in a time when it was more feasible for me to use it. And my money was different at the time too. You know what I mean? But this was pre-COVID. And then COVID happened and 2 weeks turned into 2 years. And so it's been sitting right there. Traveling East, what's good? Man, let me tell you something. You see this PV Cirrus right here? I had one of these. I had one of these guys, and if there were ever a bass that I regret parting with, it would be that. What bass do you regret parting with that you used to have that you regret? For me, it's the PV Cirrus. Getting rid of that was like the dumbest thing I ever did. Not the dumbest thing. I've done some pretty dumb stuff in my life, but is this court bass worth buying? PHP, what is that? Philippines? We got to do better though, guys. Listen, for basses, buying basses online, now this is just me. Once again, just my opinion, and as a person who has bought instruments sight unseen, I gotta say, man, you can be this is an attractive instrument, right? And you can be attracted to that and you can whatever, right? Is that bass going to have the sound that you're looking for? What is it inspiring you to play bass? That bass looks like it's ash maple, jazz bass configuration, probably got a volume, blend, treble bass on it, right? But is it going to, if you want to play, Motown, you know what I'm saying. Some people really like, the funk, Louis Johnson, Bernard Edwards. What kind of bass would you buy? You would go look for a Music Man style bass. That's my thing. Wait, what? First asked me to upload a selfie, then generate an image using my selfie as wait, what? Boy, these bass forms sometimes be a little weird, yo. This is the P bass I play. It belongs to my church. I love the action on it. Use DK strings. DK strings? DKs or DRs? I'm just being silly. That's a nice bass. That is a nice bass. Yo, Jackson KB1, Midnight Purple Sparkle, Alembic Stanley Clark. Oh yeah. You need to be banished. You need to be banished from the bass world. No, I'm just kidding. But I feel that in my spirit. That's like if I ever got rid of my T40, I would be crushed. Does anyone know what to clean a snark tuner with once it gets sticky? And why do they always get sticky? God, I'm so immature. I am so incredibly immature. But let me tell you something. Let me show you guys something. There we go. Let me show you something real quick. You see this? This is a Korg pitch strap tuner. Korg pitch strap. I don't even have an affiliate link for this. Right? Now, I did a review for them for this. They sent me this, right? They sent me two of them, a black one and a silver one. But let me tell you something. There were some people that went and complained about, oh, I don't need to charge no, I don't want to charge no tuner. Man, listen. Both of them, I got two of them. And they stay on my strap. Number one, they don't get sticky. Number two, I've only had to charge them once. Like how how long do you have a tuner on? You know what I'm saying? These things have been fucking great. They have been great. So Palau, for my low B, what I usually do for low B, they read the low B well. They do, even in a loud environment. But here's the thing. What I do is I get the harmonic on the 12th fret. I get the harmonic on the 12th fret of the B, and that picks up the vibration better, in my opinion, even in loud environments. Those Snark tuners are trash. I said it. They're trash. I do not have an affiliate link or anything, but these Korg pitch strap things, they go right on your strap. They're awesome. And they don't get lost because they stay on your strap. And they don't, so far, pretty durable. I'm rocking with, I like these. And they're like incognito, so you don't have to headstock clip-on tuners just look so boopy to me. But that's me. To each their own. Girly Girl Locks, what's happening? I have one of those and mine have not gotten them. Yeah. Oh, I'm so immature. I'm like, what you doing with it? I'm so immature. I do not like these. I'm not a fan. I like AI. I like that we live in this world and we have these tools. But this is a problem. This is a problem. I'm going to divert from bass a little bit. The reason why this is a problem, first of all, if my loved one was deceased and I had to keep seeing recreations of them, that would bother me a lot. Especially doing, bad things or whatever. That would be really disrespectful. But also because AI is not thinking yet. It's only reading what we feed it. And so now if we feed it slop, if we continue to feed it slop, then, discernment and critical thinking are going to be even more important. What do you guys think of those bass mod basses? I have not played one, believe it or not. I've played one, but I've not owned one. How do you guys travel on an airplane with your electric bass? I have, I'm going to tell you what I do. For the interested, I'm going to tell you what I do. First off, I do not, and if you can call me a hater if you want, But don't let nobody talk you into buying that Groove Gear capsule. Okay? That Groove Gear capsule case has a fatal flaw. I had one for a year, and I had it for a year. I did 2 flights with it, and I needed to do an international trip. In that year, the zipper broke. The zipper broke. And not the zipper where the clothes go, the zipper where the most important thing goes, the base. I'm not even going to give you guys an affiliate link here, because I like to get my little affiliate things happening. But I'm going to show you what I travel with when I travel. Last time I left internationally, it was the Gator Titan. I have a video somewhere on this channel showing why I like the Gator Titan. But this is what you want a case to be. A flight case. Not all the, and I'm not trying to go extra hard on Groove Gear. I still use their crane carts. Those are great. So, but that capsule case is crapsule. It's absolute garbage. This is what you want. The Gator Titan is... Now, I will say this. If you're traveling and you get to wherever you're going, it's a pain in the ass to, it ain't fun to carry. But in my experience, when I have gone somewhere with this, I'm not, I'm going from the hotel to the gig. I'm not going around town. A gig bag is a gig bag. Now, if you have a bag, you don't want to spend money on that. Last time I flew to Asia, I took one base in the Gator Titan, and the other base I used the Reunion Blues. And I had no problem. Number one, I always try to get an early boarding group. If you get an early boarding group, you can put that thing in the overhead. If they have room, you can put it in the overhead. But if you not checking in and all that, and you get, in boarding group 9, you probably screwed. So I always make sure, if I'm going to carry a base, that I get it on, I get in an early boarding group. Also, be nice. I can't say that enough. Just be nice, be incognito, or as I like to say, incognito. Hope I didn't offend anybody there. Does anybody know what kind of bass this is? A weird looking one. Kind of looks like a Rick knockoff. Jay Bliss says, I have 2 bass mods. I didn't have to do no modifications. It was perfect out of the box. Yeah, I don't know much about the basses. I don't know much about bass mods at all. I know that a lot of people play them, and a lot of people like them. Oh, let's look at this. What's this? Can we watch this without... No, I can't watch because... Wait, let's see.
You can dance for inspiration.
Okay. Listen, YouTube. This should be under fair use.
Come on.
I'm so curious.
I'm waiting.
Let's go. Let's see. What do y'all think? Y'all think she's gonna rock it? You think it's gonna be dope?
Get into the groove, boy. You get your groove, boy. Left to me. Get up on your feet. Yeah, step to the beat.
I give her like mad props. I mean, it's not my thing, but I give her like mad props. That is not easy. That is not easy to do. Singing regular lines and playing at the same time is not easy to do. And to do that in front of all those people. I can remember the first time I played by myself in front of people. I was 7th grade, and I was nervous. And I also used to do, I still do it. I do the song Allison by Elvis Costello. I have a bass arrangement of that I do. That's on my album, by the way. brothertheodore.bandcamp.com if you want to check it out. But I started doing that back in the late 90s, and I'd go to like open mics or whatever, and you shaking and stuff. But so yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Not my thing, but
Now I know you're mine. Now I know you're mine. You got to. Get into the groove.
okay.
boy.
I tell you, listen. Okay, maybe I was a little bit. I was a little bit critical of the time. Okay, but she kind of killing him.
You get your groove. You're left to the knee. Get up on your feet. Get step to the beat. Boy, what will it be?
Yeah, she killing him. Oh, she cute too. Go ahead. These basses, a lot of like, I feel like a lot of quote unquote newbies play these basses, and I don't love them. I don't love the way they feel. They sound pretty goddamn good. Seemed like in the 90s, everybody had one of those. Did you ever have one of these? One of these Sound Gear basses? Yeah, she did that. He thinks she cute too. Look at him looking. Look at him. Look at him. What's your number, girl? That's that look. That's the look right there. Yeah, she did that. No notes. She did that. She said finger picking. All right, let's move. Let's move forward. Listen, it's early in the morning. I'm having my coffee. I did my yoga. Did my yogurt. Let's see. I play in church with a combo amp, Ampeg, RB115, and a Schecter Stiletto Custom 5. Do you guys like this? Do you guys like this kind of stuff, like perusing the forums? Yeah, man. I mean, they're cool basses. There's something about the neck is too flat feeling for me, for my personal taste. I don't know. Do you guys like this type of thing where we like go through the forums and, I really wanted, there was somebody who posted a video. I love kids, man, when they, this girl is killing. I don't want to watch her right now, but she's killing. Wait a minute, the kid, she's playing with the kid. Woo! Woo! Nice. She's killing. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I much prefer. I better watch what I say. Because I know some of y'all get a little sensitive. The one guitar player at the jam who think he's too good for an electric tuner. Yes, indeed. Big day for my son. He bought a US G&L with his gig money. Nice. G&L out of business. You guys hear about that? G&L is no more. That is a frightening thing. I don't know much about G&L either, but there have been some pretty interesting videos on YouTube about it. These tariffs are, I don't know, man. Let me stay politic free, and don't try to guess where my politics are either. Hugo Martin says, my problem with that kind of video is that I can't stop thinking they're fake. Listen, I think she playing. I would be, no. Yeah, she's playing. Oh, man, I like, okay, I'm going to say something and I'm going to say something. Fuck it. I'm going to say something and we'll just have to see if the controversy. I believe that you use what you got to get what you want, like the old song says, right? But I have seen some attractive women. They get all the views and fine. You use what you got to get what you want. But I'm like, you're playing. I mean, the playing is like, whatever. You know what I mean? The playing is just like, whatever. Right? And there's there's been some where like, put the, and I'm like, whatever. I mean, if that, whatever. But you don't have to do that to play. You know what I mean? No. I'm mixing my thoughts because I'm nervous actually about saying this, treading lightly about saying this. There are some very attractive women that are like super duper mediocre players. Mediocre by depending on what you call mediocre. Mediocre is a bad word. That's the wrong word. They're okay. They're just not mind blowing. And then there are women who are very, very good, who will sexualize themselves. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. That's what I mean. You don't have to do that. Watch somebody distort everything that I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have to do that. That young lady is both attractive and I believe that she's a killing player. You know what I mean? I think she's got all of those things. And I don't care if her looks get her the extra thing. She's not just relying on her looks. She can play. You know what I mean? She can play. And then, it might be worth examining, what we as the viewers are looking at. I don't know how I got on that. I have a lot of opinions on that. I try to tread lightly sharing them online. But by and large, the pyrotechnics type playing, and I don't care who does it, does not impress me. It does not move me. And it doesn't mean that I'm better or worse or higher or lower than anybody. It just means that is not the music that moves me. Does that make sense? It doesn't move me at all. Not at all. For some people, they are moved by, great technique and all that. Doesn't do anything for me. You give me Ida Nilsson, Rhonda Smith, Tal Wilkenfeld, Janice Marie Johnson. Give me that stuff any day of the week. Any day of the week. Was that a bass mods? AB Normal says you can be pretty, a good player and modestly. Listen, look, I'm not the judge of what people decide to wear online. Folks do whatever they want. Folks do whatever I hear what you're saying. Folks can do whatever moves them, right? I just, it's my responsibility to say, it's my thing or it ain't my thing. And I just like, I could push past it. You know what I mean? Most bassists have no idea how they actually sound live. That's a pretty bold statement there. Most bassists have no idea how they actually sound live. You send your preamp. It's not too bold. It's not too bold. It's actually kind of true. You send your preamp DI to front of house, take the parallel out of your amp, and trust the sound guy with your entire tone. He's not wrong. On stage, it feels great, but out front, it could be a different story. Anyone else feel this disconnect? I played at a church in Castro Valley, California for about 5 or 6 years. And I can tell you, I had, boutique gear, at the time I was playing, let's see who knows these, the Aguilar GS 210s. And you talk about some heavy, awkward amps to carry. And sounded great on stage, but you couldn't hear anything. Good morning. You couldn't. I mean, out in the congregation, mud, absolute mud. And I don't, this is a really nice rig. It doesn't. I don't think it matters what. I don't think it matters what DI you're using. The front of house person still has ultimate control over your sound. What is our opinion on Sire basses? Get one. Hey, AB Normal, what do you think of Alembic basses? Huh? This kind of question right here. What do y'all think of Alembic basses? I'm torn between a used Alembic and a new Fender. What kind of music do you want to play? Who do you want to play it with? What kind of music do you want to play and who do you want to play it with? So here's what analysis paralysis looks like. Now, I'm not trying to shame or anything with anybody on these forums. I'm just looking through the forum. It's a public forum. And I hope I'm not, and I hope that somebody sees this and finds some value in this and listen, there's a very different sound between an Alembic and a Fender. So this sounds like a person who is asking about the aesthetics of an instrument. And that's almost like asking your boys, hey man, should I date this girl who looks like this or this one who looks like this? Man, that ain't got nothing to do with us. How do they make you feel? You got 445 comments and one share, right? Those basses sound very, very different. American Fender Precision, this is not even, what's up, Tiny? This is not even in the realm. What kind of music do you play and who do you play it with? Listen, the sound of those basses is quite different. Now there are 446 responses to that question, right? What's up, Tiny? I say we all need a bass for every mood. You know what, man? I'll be honest with you. for me, for this man, I mostly play 5-string basses. Mostly. And I need to walk in I need to whatever because of the I'm not, sessions. I don't do sessions like I used to do. I'll do like remote sessions and stuff like that. And when I do that, people are kind of, thank you for the super chat, Tiny. People are looking for my sound, right? Or a sound that they think I can produce. You dig? I have a Fender P bass for specific things. That bass I have just because I have it. I don't. The Lull, the Altilier Z, the Marco is retired now, but I have those. Like I need to be able to do the job with one thing. You dig? But an Alembic sounds very, very different than a Fender. But I also understand that sometimes we just like what we like. We like, we go ahead, AB Normal. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man, I understand that we're sometimes we just, like spouses and partners. We are just physically attracted to them. It be like that sometime. I get it. I was started this looking for a very, you too, my man, you too. Let's see. Please talk to me about this bass. Honesty, please. Honesty, please, he says. Get a Dingwall instead. Good gracious, Ignatius. What do you mean, what's the thing with the Ankh? What do you mean, Palau? You've asked me that before. What do you mean, what's the thing with the Ankh? Be more specific. Ask me a specific question and I'll answer you specifically. Christ almighty. New Gear Day. I don't know anything about. What is this thing? What's that thing? Oh, let's look at this. I knew what you were talking about. I bought this necklace. I bought this Ankh in 1992 for $5. I was having a wild night on Bourbon Street. I was 22 years old. I woke up in the morning. I saw something that I didn't want to see. I had $5 in my pocket and I walked to the French market. I bought the Ankh. The Ankh has been off my neck maybe 6 times since 1992. The last time just recently when I went to have an MRI. What's up, Wayne? Let's see. I'm curious about these. So, yeah, I wanted to say something about that, but I need to get my thoughts together about it. What is this? Is that the Joe Dart? Has anybody played the Joe Dart basses? This is pretty. I don't like. Oh God, I hate a headless bass though. Those are so ugly to me. Those are so ugly to me. That's sexy. Is that a Fender? I don't know. Want to take a look, guys? Let's take a look. Now I want to be. Oh, let's look. Let's see. What's all this about? This might be some good stuff. Ooh. Okay, first off, I want you guys to go give that person a follow. Give them a subscribe. They got 117 subscribers. Give them a subscribe. I will start. But I am going to critique this just a little bit. Respectfully. First of all, the tuning. Second of all, I think that let's get into some practical stuff here. Let's get into some practical stuff here for a second. I'm gonna use 4-string. So when you have your scale, right? Being able to do this now, if you just are able to do that and let's say you're able to do it with some level of fluidity, you're missing, you're only getting a part of it. I'm in the key of A. Right? So let's just say what, and if you have questions about this, ask them in the chat. There's one. So now I'm seeing 1 and 2 to, as a group. Also, in real music, going back to what kind of music do you want to play, you're not often gonna come back to this 2 like that. This is a good technique sort of builder if you look at it that way. If you say, if you're paying attention to your alternating, go up one and down the other. See them in like groups of two. Go to the next group, 3 to 4. You could see 5 and 6 together. But if you're doing that, then you got to look and say, well, where do I need to shift? And I'm just talking it out because I don't know if y'all watching me or listening to me now, but I'm gonna just share it with you. But now I looking at all of a sudden, if I start being curious about the neck, look at that. Or we started here. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's responding to me, so I'm just going to stop. Wayne is talking about Rise Coffee. You guys are talking about neighborhoods. So I'll go back to looking at the base forums. Let's see. Let's go back to looking at the forums. Not cases. Like this cat, what I was saying earlier, like this cat he's fucking amazing. He's amazing. He's amazing at what he does, but I'm just not moved by it at all. I'm not, I didn't say, like impressed. Like I don't have to be impressed. Nobody has to be impressed. You know what I mean? It's just not my thing. And this is what kills me. Like when people say the word hater. Right? When they say hater, oh, he's a hater, or they're a hater, or something like that. I'm like, it has nothing to do with hating. I think the he's perfectly fine. It's just not my thing. You know? Like some people like, I don't know. If you can't see the numbers, you need a new bass player. That's cute. If there was one musician you could hang out with, alive or dead, number one, I'd say Prince, but now I'd have to say D'Angelo for sure. This is Facebook, bass players group on Facebook. Yeah, I think Mohini Dave. Number one, I think she's a really savvy business person, which I really like and respect. She's obviously an amazing player. Not really, I'm gonna tell you the group. I'm gonna tell you a group. Hiatus Coyote. You guys know the group Hiatus Coyote? Now they got a lot of songs that I really, really, really love, and I went to see them. In San Francisco. And I'm like, I can only do some of this, some of the like odd meter shit. I can only do that so much. I can't do that all fucking night. You know what I mean? And you know, there's some people who like that kind of thing. You know, when the whole like Jay Dilla slump thing started becoming like really in vogue, I hated, you know, I hated playing with drummers that wanted to inject that into everything. Not that I don't appreciate that. Of course, I love that. You know what I mean? But, you know, this guy's probably killing.
But every time you hear it, it's like I'm on yours.
Copyright. Got a great tone. That's one of those Soundgear basses again, isn't it? It looks like one. I don't think it is. That neck, what is that, ebony? What is that, velvet? Can someone explain the purpose or benefits of a reverse P pickup? Not me. So, like this, like I could, ooh. Yeah, I like that. Sounds killing. Killing. What was I gonna say? I like bass as it exists in songs. That's Daryl Craig. This guy's killing. I remember when Valenti basses first came on. This guy plays in he plays in what's Cirque du Soleil. At least he used to. He's killing. Look at this. This is the longest cup of coffee I've had.
Colors and promises. How to be brave. How can I love when I'm afraid?
Copyright. Oh my gosh. Oh, what is this monstrosity? What is this monstrosity? Looks interesting. Oh. Wow. Okay. Wonder. Oh. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. You know. It won't yuck your yum. Huh. All right, y'all. I was looking for something specific, but I might do this more often. Hey, let's take a look at this. Whew. Now, I'm going to tell you. Let me tell you. If there was one thing that I'm gonna make a bold statement. If there was one thing that I think would open up your understanding of the electric bass guitar neck, it's going to be walking bass lines. Particularly a jazz blues. I did say a jazz blues. Not like a basic blues that's just 1-4-5. I'm talking about stuff that has like 1-6-2-5 turnarounds in it. Let's get into this. You know, if you're still around, I got 9 people in here, but I'm gonna get into this if only for my own, if only for one night. All right. We're gonna pull up iReal, and I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. iReal is one of the best practice tools out there. Not the most inspiring sounds on the planet, but you know, that ain't really all what you need. So let's take a look at this real quick. So here's a blues. These are some of the practice tracks in no. We're gonna save this for another time. I've been on live for an hour. I got one super chat. So we're gonna wrap up today, and let me know. I will know if we want to dive a little bit deeper into this stuff. I think the gold is in here. The gold is in here. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.